Good morning, everyone. I'm here in Florida making biscuits, and we're starting out this morning with about 3 cups of self-rising flour. I use White Lily self-rising flour. I have found that usually that is the best, and I have sifted, and this is my 3 cups of flour, maybe 3.5 cups here. I just kind of guess. And so the first thing I do is prepare my surface area by dampening the countertop, and then I put saran wrap on top of the counter here, and that allows the saran wrap to adhere to the counter, and then clean up is very, very easy. Now then, I'm going to take a little bit of flour and sprinkle it around on here, because this is where I am going to put my dough once I get it made. So today I don't have a cheese grater, so I'm improvising a little bit. And I have about 1/2 stick of very cold butter. This one actually just came out of the freezer, so this is much, it's firm, so I'm allowing myself to be able just to kind of chop it up. I just started this technique about 5 years ago. I used to make it with shortening, but I have found butter makes the biscuits lighter and easier. And then the next thing we want to do is preheat our oven to...
Our assistant's rolling in.
Yes, I have a little helper here today. And so Monte is going to turn the oven on to about 450. We need a good hot oven.
So, oops, let me increase that.
There we go. Always has fun to have a little help in the kitchen.
You have selections to do convection or any of that. Is that necessary, or just basic baking?
Let's do convection, because that if you've got that option on your oven. I actually at home have a small air fryer that is a squared one, not the round one, and I take, and that's when I bake my biscuits in on about 390 on air fry for about 8 or 9 minutes on the air fryer.
I'll do 425, you think, or 450, yeah, with the convection.
Well, convection would probably be 425. It's a little less.
There's an option.
So,
I never have used convection, so we'll see how that goes.
yes. The convection is just like a big air fryer, I think, kind of thing, because you have the fan working. So with a grater, it just grades up easy. And this way I'm getting it kind of grated up like I would have, as you can see. So we are in Florida today. I'm celebrating my granddaughter's 30th birthday, and we have been to Walt Disney World and been over visiting with our friends Mike and Maite in Florida, and we go back home tonight. So I think this looks like this is about enough. So I'm gonna take this over and just put it in my flour. And by using self-rising flour, you don't have to worry about baking powder, salt. All that has been, is taken care of. It's much, much easier. I decided maybe that's not quite enough. That's a lot of flour. Now, I'm just going to take this and kind of move it around in the flour just to kind of distribute the butter and break it up a little bit more where the butter's just kind of covered with the flour. And Maite, I think we might need more milk.
More milk, okay.
Yeah, this is quite a... Okay. So as you can see, the butter is pretty well incorporated into the flour.
cream, but that's not necessary, right?
It's not necessary, but you can also use whipping cream if you
want to get rid of it.
want to get rid of some whipping cream or whatever. Okay, this is about a cup, 2%, and I'm just going to add this in there.
If we need more, let me know.
And I just start stirring around from the middle.
Seems like whipping cream would make them not as fluffy. Would that be the case?
No, it actually incorporates a more fat into it.
Okay.
So that would give it,
I'm not a big fan.
so as you can see, it's starting to get really stiff. So we're going to need more, probably a little bit more milk. Yeah, we need a little bit more
Little bit
milk.
more.
Yeah.
Because it
just-
comes out really soft, right, Mom? It's sticky soft when you're ready.
Yes,
Yeah.
when you're ready. Right now, see, I've got this much more flour to
Yeah.
incorporate
And you
in
don't
it.
want to work it too much, right?
And not work it too much. Yes. So. Yes, that'll be good.
We'll just do a little bit just to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, be perfect.
I always like to.
You can do buttermilk
I should.
if you want to, and add a little soda to the flour and do buttermilk. We're adding a little whipping cream, which just gives a little bit more fat into the dough. Okay. Have a lot more flour than I thought.
Okay. Do we need spray for the pan or no spray?
Yeah, maybe this one we might spray it just a little bit.
Do you usually use a nonstick at home, Mom? Is that
I
what it
usually
comes
do
with?
it with the nonstick at home, but just a little bit. It just needs a little. Now, as you can see now, it's starting to get pretty moist. Everything's good. All the flour has gotten. I'm used to making just a small batch. We have quite a few folks with us here today, so I'm making a big batch. So now I'm just going to take my dough and put it out onto the saran wrap. And then I just take a little extra flour and go around. And then I just start kneading it a little bit. Okay. Just keep kneading it a little bit. I've heard people say not to knead a whole lot, but I have found I've been kneading a little bit, and I think that's what makes the layers for the biscuits to get a little fluffier. It's just my experience. But you can play with this and make it however you want. And I don't use a roller, a dough roller. I just press it out with my hand.
But I do that one if you want.
No, I just use it. Just do it like this. Yeah, that's it. So we don't have a biscuit cutter. I'm using a glass, and I'm just going to put a little bit of flour here on my side here, and take my flour glass out. There's my biscuit.
I think Arlen would agree that's the perfect size.
Yes, he would. No cat heads for him.
Yeah, well, you know, some people don't like the really big biscuit, and so just, if you want them just flatter, just make your dough. Just keep pressing it out a little bit thinner, you know. It's a preference. Some people like big, what do they call them?
Cat heads,
Cat
yeah.
head biscuits. But, so Some people do not. So the dough that I have left, I am just going to mix it all back up together. Keep mixing it, kneading it. A little bit more flour right here. Spread it out. And just make a couple more biscuits. And there we go. We're all finished. We'll be back with the finished results in a second. Okay, our oven is hot and we're ready to go. We have cleaned up all our counters here, and now we are ready. And our last little biscuit here, we made up our last little bit of dough. My mother used to make the last little bit of dough. She would press it all together, and she used to call it a Dodger. I have no reason to know why she called it that, but that's what she called it. So now we're getting ready, and we're going to put it in our 425 convection.
Yeah, if you don't have convection, it's 450, right?
Right.
Okay. And then time? How much?
So time, I would say it's going to be about 10 minutes, but I just watch them when they're however brown I want them. That's how I take them out. Some people like them lightly brown. Just watch them after 8 or 10 minutes. Okay, biscuits are finished, and my day is finished. Oh, all right. So there we go. We're